What's going on, everybody? We are live. What's going on, everybody? Humberto, I think he was the first one here. What's going on? DRD made it. What's going on, DRD? Don't ride dirty. D&D Auto Detailing. Keith, what's going on? Texas DD, how you doing? Hope that furniture's coming out good. Can't wait till the next video comes out. Big Jizz Slinger. Slinging his jizz. Man, I was just talking backstage, and I probably not even 10 minutes ago, I just said goodbye to customers. I just had a DD van in here all freaking day long. Man, that thing wasn't too bad on the outside, but the inside was a mess. I posted a picture on Instagram. I used the detail firm leather cleaner on the seats. I had to use one towel per seat. The towel, my yellow towels became black. So much dirt on there. It was nasty. Oh, look at that. The Hala Detailing. How you doing? Got my tacos with me too because I'm still hungry too. I'm going to finish this taco real quick. Geez, they were nasty, man. They were bad. I made a video, but I did the outside and inside, so I'm going to do the outside first video, and then I'm going to do the inside video after that. Carlos, 404, what's going on? Hopefully 404, you're out jogging around and listening to me at the same time, practicing. Sorry, I had to wash that down real quick. So, I don't know if y'all seen, we had Drake's detailing on here way back in, I don't know, probably early February or March of, it was this year. I'm coming up to my 1 year next month of doing these live streams. So Drake's detailing, he posted a video today. He moved to Northern California. He's a couple hours north of me. He's going to a Christian school. So basically, he not quite gave up his boat detailing business, but he kind of did, but didn't. So I don't know if y'all seen that there. Adolfo, thank you. Appreciate it. Nice. Good job, Carlos. That's good. Yeah, Drake moved to Northern California, so he's not too far from me. Well, he's not far from you mileage-wise. It's just I have to go around. It takes a while to get to him because I got to go around some mountains to get up there if I were to go up there and see him. So he's going to a Christian school, a missionary or something like that. I don't know. Not missionary because that's something else. Fred, what's going on, buddy? Tim, what's going on? You still up this late? So I want to bring in our guests. I don't want to waste nobody's time. So from Dallas, Texas. Oh, you know what? Before I continue on, I got the air conditioner running on my other side of the garage. Can you guys hear it? Because I don't want to annoy you guys for the next hour. Because if it's annoying you guys, I'm going to turn it off. So if I don't hear no complaints about my air conditioner running on the other side of the garage, I'm just going to let it run because I got another fan right next to me, but the dog's sitting in front of it, so I'm not getting much air. So from Dallas, Texas today, we got Serranos Auto Detailing. We're going to talk all kinds of detailing stuff today. Can't hear it. Perfect. That's what I like to hear. Well, let's go. That's okay. Put that beer up there. That's all right. Nice.
What is going on?
How you doing?
I'm good, man. Resting.
I appreciate you taking the time to giving us an hour of your time to talk detailing stuff. I don't know if you've ever seen any of our live streams. That's all we talk about is products and detailing. So today,
yeah, definitely.
We got you.
No, I appreciate you having me on here.
That's good. So Dallas, Texas. How long have you been there for?
I've been here all my life. I grew up here in Dallas. Pretty much. I'm originally from Guatemala,
Mm-hmm.
but I immigrated to the U.S. when I was pretty much a baby,
Mm-hmm.
and I've been in Dallas as long as I can remember.
Are you a Cowboys fan too?
Man, I'm not really a Cowboys fan. I mean, if people follow me on my Facebook, they know I just be messing with everybody.
Yeah, that's good.
I'm
I
very
like football in
surprised, to be
general.
honest. I'm surprised of how well they played this past game. I literally thought
They
it was going to
played
be like a
extremely well.
blowout, but they did really good. So I mean, I can't talk crap about the Cowboys. I mean, I'm a huge I love Jack in the Box. So every season, the Cowboys get a free jumbo jack when they score in the first half. So you'll see me rooting for them the first half, so I can get that free jumbo jack next day.
Yeah, for us, and we're the 49ers only thing that's left here. So it's if they score 2 touchdowns, we get a jumbo jack.
Nice.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I like their tacos though. That's my favorite thing.
Oh man,
tacos.
When my wife gets here later, I already told her like pick me up some Jack. So,
nice.
Yeah.
So when did you start detailing?
So when did I start detailing? So I started in 2001 when I was I think in 8th grade. I was doing this part-time. So my first job was at a car wash. So I worked at this car wash from 2001 through 2015. First job ever, literally car wash is all I know. And then moved up the ranks in the car wash business. So I started vacuuming like everybody, and then slowly moved up to sales, and then they moved me up to, when I graduated, they moved me to an assistant manager, and then they moved me to a manager, and from there I ran 4 stores all around. But the pay was as high as I was gonna go, was $10 an hour, you know. So after really dedicating a lot of my time to this car wash, you know, I guess as you get older, you start, you know, really seeing like, dang, I need to do something with my life. And then finally, I went on was a turning point, I guess, in my life when I went on my vacation.
Mm-hmm.
I came one day late, and the owners of the car wash literally said that as long as I worked for their business or their company, I was not going to get any vacation. As long as I worked for them. So that was my turning point, you know. And I'll never forget, I called the owners at 3 a.m. and I was like, yo, I quit.
That's a good time to call too.
Oh, perfect timing, you know. I was like, I'm gonna go with the bang. And I started, and that's where I guess I started my business. So, but after that it was a roller coaster.
So when you started it, basically, I mean, you quit the car wash. Did you have anything going in the detailing part of the business, or you just I'm all in it?
I'm all in it. So I've been obviously at the car wash. I've been detailing for a long time, and I really loved it. And those who know me know that I love interiors. That's literally like you'll see me smiling all day and doing interior. But when I quit my job, literally a week later, I guess that's when everything started sinking in. Like, dude, you don't have a job. Like, what are you gonna do? And I went straight into detailing. And I'll never forget, I went to a car lot, and they opened the doors for me, and that's where I started making $50 per unit. And I was excited. I was like, heck yeah, I got a job. And I didn't even have business cards. You know, at one point, I don't even know where they're at, but at one point, I would write them on sticky notes, and I did a bunch of them by hand. And I would just write on there, like, I just quit my job. I'm just looking for an opportunity. Here's my number. Please call me, you know? And that's it worked. I guess some called me and some didn't, you know, but at the end of the day, I really just wanted an opportunity to showcase of what I could bring.
That's cool.
Yeah. So it's been fun.
So the one thing that we do with our guests is we get to I ask 10 questions, and since I didn't get into it much. It's going to be almost the same 10 questions I had for the last people we had in there. But what I do is right on the bottom of the screen, it's going to pop up.
Okay.
You'll be able to read this. This is the number one obstacle to success in detailing industry is.
Jeez, the number one obstacle to success. Honestly, man, that's a good one. What has been a good obstacle for me, I guess, in my business? I guess making sure you have enough money saved, I guess.
Yeah.
Making sure you have enough money. Because I can tell you honestly, I didn't have money saved, and I pretty much went downhill. No money saved. I couldn't pay the bills. I ended up sleeping in my truck for 3 months.
Wow.
Because I ended up getting evicted from my place because I couldn't make ends meet to pay for that. So, just making sure that's one of the biggest obstacles is making sure you have enough money saved to make sure you make it through those rough months, I guess, or their beginning stages.
So Humberto wants to know, ask him, who is his primo from the Caribbean?
Oh, man, that's Primo right there. That's first from Puerto Rico. I even got his hat right up here. I collect hats. I collect hats from all the detailers they send me from YouTube. And his is right there.
Nice. That's pretty funny. So the second question you kind of almost answered because you just told us your story. Says your connection to detailing stems back to.
Yeah.
And that's basically when you quit your car wash, you started car washing, or you started your own detailing business. What type of vehicle were you working out of when you first started? Because now you're in a white van now, right?
I'm in a Tundra. The white van.
Right. You're in the Tundra. Yeah.
The white van. That one is from R5 Auto Detail. He's like my helper. Great guy. He's always there when I need him. But I started out a 2001 Toyota Tundra extended cab. My dad's. I was like, I need to borrow your truck. Just let me get back on my feet, and I promise I'll give you a truck. So I was working out of my truck, and I love working. I love working out of the truck. It just makes it so simple.
I actually work out of my truck too when I go mobile. I don't have a trailer. No, I used to have a trailer, but
I had a trailer, but it just gets annoying. Like
it does.
You get to the place, and obviously, like for me, I would get a lot of calls to like apartments. So I'd show up. There's no parking. And then, I'll start working, and here comes the people coming down. And they're like, hey, can you move your trailer? I got to leave. So now I got to stop everything, put everything in the trailer real quick, pull it forward. And so it's just time consuming.
Yeah.
So I ended up just putting everything on my truck, and I have a big old mighty extractor, and I put a 25 up to 50-foot hose or even 100. And I can work. So that's no issue there. But yeah, I work out of my now 2016 Tundra.
Nice. So DRD wants to know, Carlos, did Serrano Sauce come out of the car wash or after you quit?
The Serrano Sauce. So for those who don't know or haven't heard of, I guess I'm known for something called the Serrano Sauce, which I remember a viewer sent me some stickers of it. He made me some Serrano Sauce stickers. But yeah, it came after I quit the car wash, and I started playing around with different types of products, and I finally created like the perfect concoction to work on interiors. Now, sometimes I'd be scared to be on these kinds of forums because like my ways are not the best ways, but they get the job done, right? So Serrano Sauce, for those who have never heard of it, it's super clean, 10-to-1. And then it's 8 drops of Dawn dish soap.
Wow.
And what that does is, obviously, many say don't use APC, which have yet to have an issue with an APC product. And then what the Dawn dish soap does, it'll cut all the grease, all the grime. Like if you have makeup, you use this product or this concoction that I created or I make, which is available to anybody. Like you can literally go and look it up and you'll see it. Does amazing on leather, plastics, makeup. It's a big one with a nice brush. It literally just like takes it off. But it also leaves you just that nice like smooth finish, so you don't get that rough feeling of a plastic or leather, if that makes sense. But
yep,
that's pretty much what the Serrano Sauce is, and that's where it's known from, I guess.
That's pretty funny. So
it's famous and fantastic.
So the number 3 question. The thing I love most about my job is.
Oh, that's an easy one. It's just interacting with different types of customers every day. I guess when I was working at the car wash, I guess I was able to master the customer service from being at this job for so long. I had to build, different ways to talk to people, how to get them to buy stuff. I gotta have to, it's just getting to know different people every day, from the average Joes to some high ranked, people. And you meet everything. Every day is a different day. Every day for me, it's more of I get to learn from different types of people every day. I'll take my time, conversate with them, and it's just that's the beauty of what I do, is I get to meet different people every day.
Heck yeah, I like that too. So here's question number 4, and this could be an interesting one because I like the mindsets of the mind of other people. It's pretty cool. So if you can gain instant experience or expertise in one thing, it would be.
I could instantly gain expertise in something. It would be maybe marketing. For me, maybe. But I have stayed true to my word. I have zero marketing skills. I don't market my business. I don't
Either
market.
much.
I don't have a website. I don't do advertisements. So lately, if this could be something, maybe marketing. But 6 years strong, I have yet to have to go and outsource for marketing. Like every day, I get a bunch of these types of detailers from maybe different pages inboxing me, and they're like, "Hey, we can build you a website. We can get you more money." And I'm just like, no, no, no. Like, I've been true to my word. Everybody that inboxes me about stuff like that, I'm just like, no, I'm okay. Um, I think that would be one thing, would probably be marketing, but I still haven't pulled the trigger on that.
So why don't you have a website?
Good question. I'm an old
I mean, you
school
kind of
detailer.
have one, but it looks outdated. Is what it looks like.
Yeah, I have one, but I just literally created it. It's like $13, I think, but I just put it on there because it was requesting it on Google Pages, I think. I don't know. I'm an old school detailer, and literally since the day I started, it's all been word of mouth. So I've never felt like I needed to create a website. For some, websites work. For me, I haven't seen the benefit of it, but there's always that, you never know. The second, maybe the third website will work. But I just haven't had the time to really look into creating like a real, like, amazing website to be eye-catching.
Yeah.
But for some, a website works. For me, what has really worked throughout all these years is Facebook. Literally, I post every day. I don't sell on my Facebook page. I don't sell. What I tend to do is I create curiosity. And how I do that is every day I post, something different. And then finally it starts catching the customer's attention, and then finally they'll bite, right? The curiosity finally comes in, and I'll gain them as a customer. But you never know. Maybe one day I'll start a website here in a couple of years.
Do you know? Have you heard of Glovebox?
Glovebox, yes. I think they are a company that sends you stuff monthly or something like that.
Yeah. So Fred's is the character behind Glovebox. He does the website designs and SEOs and stuff like that. I'm gonna call him after this live stream. I'll have him reach out to you. You guys, nothing doesn't even have to happen. But if you ever think about it, he just redesigned mine, and he's helping me with my SEO. And I'm just a week. I know you're a Monday through Friday guy, right? You don't work weekends.
Yeah, Monday through Friday. Because whenever I quit the job, I said that's the only Monday through Friday. I work 3 hours a day usually, and then I have the rest of the day for myself. Because I just didn't want to be overworking myself too much. Working too much at a car wash, it kind of explodes.
So, and I'm just a weekend guy.
Yeah, so very rarely will I work. Like this month, I am working some weekends because of the ceramic coating sale I put out.
I did see that for the month of September or something
So
like that.
I'm hanging in there. I hope, I can't wait till this month to be over. But this month I'll be working some weekends to get some of those customers in.
So let's talk about your deal that you just did there, because I remember seeing it and I'm like, wow, dude. I mean, the sale you put out dude, I can imagine
60% off.
Yeah, I mean that's freaking nuts. When I saw that, I'm like, man, come out to California, do something for me.
Yeah,
I mean, what made you think of that? I mean, did you come up across the deal with some coatings to where you could throw something out, or are you just hoping this will do something for you? What was the mindset on that?
The mindset on it was to always, I think ever since I started my business, my mindset has always been giving back to others. Mm-hmm. So many times I've had many customers reach out and they want a coating. Unfortunately, ceramic coatings are expensive. It's not for everybody.
That's true.
So, maybe the first time they came to me and the price was high. So here in Dallas, like my 3-year coating is $1,500. My 6-year coating is $1,800, and then I have a 9-year coating. That one's usually roughly around like $2,500 for that one. And then when they would reach out, they're like, that's a little bit steep for me, and that's okay. So finally, I've been thinking about it for a good couple of months. And then finally I was like, all right, I'm gonna pull the trigger on this. And the goal of it was not really about the money side. For me, it was more of helping those that reached out the first time and they couldn't afford it. Maybe this round they can. So a 3-year coating for this sale is $600. That includes a light correction enhancement. I call it an enhancement. The 6-year is $800 and the 9-year was $1,000. So they are hugely discounted. A lot of detailers reached out and they're like, yo, like, you're stupid. Like, what the hell are you doing? And the objective was not about the money. I knew it was a huge loss, but in a way I was giving back to many customers that can't afford it. These prices for sure they could afford. And literally in 3 days, I booked the whole month of September.
Wow.
So that's literally nuts.
So you're doing coatings every day?
I'm doing a coating every day except Saturdays and Sundays.
Yeah.
So I booked 20. With the weekends that I ended up putting in, I'm doing 26. Yeah.
So for your 3-year coating, what are you using?
So the coating I'm using is gonna get a lot of hate maybe on here, which it's okay.
No.
My coatings are the ones I strictly use only are from DPC line. The titanium coatings. They've done really well for me for the past 2 years, and I have yet to have any issues. So that's what I use. I've had some reach out and say they wanted me to use Car Pro or I think Ceramic Pro is another one. But no, these coatings have done really well for me that I have yet to really switch to anything else. But at the end of the day, like I tell people, if the coating ever fails on me, maybe I'll look into something else. But until then, these coatings are doing pretty well, and I maintain all of them. So I'm able to have some true feedback on it, and I record everything. So like right now, I'm going on a car that I coated for a 3-year coating. This is their 2nd year with it. And the thing is beating like crazy, like the first day, with me maintaining it. So that's proof that the coatings do work, because I know there's a lot of skeptics about it. So I really wanted to, this vehicle and a lot of the cars I maintain, I wanted to really record like every year how it looks, how it's working. That way I have for myself too a little bit of, just assurance that it's doing well.
It's all in the maintenance. That's all. It is. A coating ain't gonna last 3 years by itself unless you maintain it. Yeah. So your 6-year and your 9-year is probably not from the same manufacturer, then,
huh? Honestly, I wouldn't know. I don't get too deep into all that like info. I just buy them, and they're doing really good. So I wouldn't really know exactly like who they're made by.
Who do you use for your 6-year and 9-year?
From the DPC, from the Dallas Paint Correction.
Yeah, okay. That's cool.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna go back to my questions because I got off track because, that's just how I roll.
Yeah.
Question number 5. Something I see happening in the world of detailing I really like is.
Something I see happening in the world of detailing that I really like. Huh. I mean, usually I see nothing but bashing, everybody bashing all these detailers.
And I don't get that either. I don't
Uh,
understand how other people can bash other people in detail. I don't understand
man,
that.
that I really like. I guess maybe having other detailers reach out to other detailers
Mhm.
in search of helping without getting anything back. I know, like I speak for myself, like I try to help as much as I can, but I'm never gonna want anything in return. So I think I do like seeing other detailers reaching out. I think I've seen some, and they're like, "Hey, if you need help, we're here." Because I feel like many of these detailers that are starting need a lot of help.
Yeah.
But what tends to happen is I feel like they go into these other detailing pages, they ask a question, and they get beat up. So sometimes they get discouraged, but I have seen some detailers where they're like, hey, I'll inbox you and let's try to answer your question and get you going on the right path.
Yeah. All right. That's good. So, question number 6 I got for you. Something I see happening in the world of detailing that I don't really like is.
People bashing everybody.
Yeah, I hate that too.
I think people bashing, and sometimes um, advertising stuff that you're not capable of doing.
Yeah.
Um, like for instance, I think ceramic coatings. Everybody wants to do ceramic coatings. Even the newest of the newest detailers, they're like, this is what I want to do. Obviously, because all they see is the income, the money side, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like lately, like I'll post one of the cars on my page, and they're like, "Oh yeah, man, you're freaking making a lot of money," and that kind of irks me because it's for me, it's not about the money. I think for me, having my business is more of just helping others, and it's not about the money. But I feel like many detailers will advertise something that they're not capable of doing, and then they run into some big issues, right? Because they have to fix their mistakes.
Yeah. So Humberto says so lots also say that DPC coatings is good and lots of other feedbacks. I still haven't tried it. I have not tried it either, Humberto. Uh, Obviously it's good because you're using it and it's lasting.
Yeah,
So
yeah, I have. Look, I'll even show you how many. I have one. This is all for this is all for this week. That's three. I have like 10 right now. That's just for this week coming. And these
that's
are all nine.
nuts.
Everybody's going 9 years.
Really,
I'm
they're
just
just going all out then, huh?
pick a 3 year.
I know, huh?
But it's truly a blessing. I feel like in a way I'm helping a lot of people obtain, great protection for their cars at a cost that they can really afford. Um, and hopefully they can maintain it. Like I told them, as long as you maintain the coating, I can service it. And the coating will be good for years.
Yeah,
Now, if you maintain it and you do improper washing, then sorry, you kind of voided out your warranty on it. But
yeah.
I always try to check the cars out. I try to follow up with all the customers, making sure the cars are good. Like every 6 months, I'll go wherever they are. I'll spray it down real quick, making sure that we are getting all the capabilities of it. If everything checks out good, then we're good.
So let me ask you this question. It could be a tough question. So you sell the 9-year coatings, but not too many people keep a car for 9 years. Does that ever come out when they say, hey, I want the 9-year coating? If you
Yeah,
ever try to downsell it, say,
I think the way I sell my coatings, honestly, is kind of a like we're doing right now, is like a one-on-one conversation. I want to
yeah,
get enough information to truly understand, one, where your car going to be throughout these years, and two, just kind of want to understand how long you're going to keep it or what's your ultimate goal. So, like some customers, they want strictly a 3 year, because obviously it's the least cost effective, it's the cheapest one, but it's not going to be inside a garage. So for me, I believe the 3 year is more of a garage, more for an indoor space. After a long day, the 3 year would be perfect because it kind of goes back inside and kind of heals itself from throughout the day. Um, but if they're going to be strictly outside, then I only give them two options. It's either going to be the 6-year or the 9-year because it's more of a thicker coating to lay. So it's going to give them a longer durability to be outside in the elements. So that's kind of how I do it. But I also tell the customers, if you're looking for the best coating or the one that is going to give you like the best gloss or all that, I'm just telling them like your 6 or the 9, even though it's more money, but they will give you the best of what you're looking for. I've had some like, hey, if I trade the car in, does the coating roll over to the new one? And I'm like, no, why would it roll over to the new one? It should give you more money of trading for your old one.
Yeah, because it's gonna look fantastic. Yeah.
I literally had a customer put a 9-year coating. 3 months later, goes and purchases another car, and we put the new 9-year coating on that one too. And then 6 months later, he was like, hey, I traded this one. I'm gonna put it on this. Like, this guy was just wasting his money with me, and I was just like, is this the last car you're gonna buy?
Yeah. No shit. Huh? Yeah, wash it down. There you go.
I've had this car since I came back from Hawaii.
Nice.
It's crazy.
All right. So, okay, here's question number 7. A car from my past that I wish I had back is.
Well, I really didn't have a lot of cars. Probably would be my 2007 Mitsubishi Eclipse when it first came out.
Oh, those are nice cars.
It was a burnt orange or sunset orange. Literally, I think that would be the car that I would want back.
Nice. So here's a good question for you. Your favorite part of detailing process is? And it's
interiors.
Interiors, huh? So what is it on the interiors that you like over exterior? I mean, I don't think you would dislike one or the other, but it's like
I just like that I'm able to transform something. For me, I think interiors will always, well, for one, I capitalize on interiors. Like, that's my bread and butter. Like, I can make a killing on interiors. But I don't know, I feel like doing an interior is more satisfying than doing an exterior. I feel like anybody can grab the polisher and just a couple passes and boom, you make that paint pop a little bit, right? But interiors, I feel like it's more skill because you got to know how to really work that stain, or you got to know how to, you got to find different ways to attack it. So for me, I always see a interior, like a puzzle. We go by little pieces here and there, and it kind of like, for me, it's kind of how I feel when I do an interior. Like, my mind just starts going crazy. How am I going to start? What am I going to use? And stuff like that.
Humberto wants to know, what is your favorite color?
It's orange, brother.
Yeah, that's what he said too. Right up there, it says orange.
It's orange. So even right here somewhere, or right here, orange.
That's funny. It says it right here. Look at it right here. It says, Mike's ask him what his favorite color is. Obviously orange. So he knows.
It has to be.
Nice. So I got one for you here. Oh, here. The difference between washing a car and detailing a car
Huge difference. There is car washers and there are detailers. And there is no wrong or right answer, I think. At the end of the day, it just depends what you're trying to do in your future. Like, when I started my business, I called myself a car washer because that's all I could really do was wash cars. I didn't have a lot of equipment other than, like for exteriors or for extraction, I had a bucket. And I would put my Resolve in there and a wash mitt, and I go old school. And with the wet vac, that was my extractor for a good 6 months till I was finally able to save up and give me a bigger extractor. But I think the difference between washing a car and detailing a car is, if you're detailing an exterior or you're washing a car, you're not using like your brushes. You're trying, I guess, to go real quick. Like, real quick, you want to wash this car and you're done. Now, if you're
in and out, less than an hour.
In and out. Now, if you're detailing a car or washing, I guess, if that's kind of the question, washing an exterior, but you're detailing it, you're being more thorough. You're brushing the emblems. It's like you're making love to the car as opposed to just like
getting ready to say that too,
like a quickie.
Yep.
So I think that's what makes the difference. But at the end of the day, I feel like whether you're a car washer or a detailer, at the end of the day, we all have different goals. But as always, I always tell people charge accordingly, right? And I think many people are scared to really charge accordingly.
Yeah.
Like for me, a basic exterior wash is $100.
Yeah.
If you just want the outside, it's gonna be flat $100. As to when I started, it was $30. So throughout the years, I have grown tremendously,
Yeah.
and I've as well kept all my customers throughout all these years, thankfully. Um, and I did that by growing with my own customers by $20. $20 is like the sweet spot that I tell a lot of people. Is where if you raise your prices by $20, you'll never lose a customer. Now, if you raise your customers by $50, that customer's probably gonna be like, I love your work, but I'm gonna go search for somebody else.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's the difference between washing a car and detailing. Is you're more detailed if you're going to detail the car. As to your car washer, some just use the brushes and they're gone. So I think that's the difference between those two.
Nice. So, on your interior price, so just like a regular car, like a Honda Accord. Oh, sorry, my dog. Like a regular Honda Accord. For an interior, where do your price start? Does it go like car, small SUV,
No,
big
so
SUV,
I only
or what is it?
when I started my business, I had like 12 packages because I didn't know what I was doing.
Yeah.
So now I really only have 2 packages that you get an option. So option A is an interior detail, which is full blown, cleaning the seats, cleaning the leather, plastics, and all of that. So that starts at 300. Or
Inside
ceramic.
only.
That's with the basic wash. They'll get an exterior wash. Very basic though. Just run it. Wash it real quick.
Like a quickie.
Correct, a quickie. Because my main focus is always going to be the interiors. That's my main focus. So my pricing is based off your interior. And then if we do the next package would be a ceramic coating. So you either get an interior detail or a exterior. So you get to choose between those two. And then that's where I kind of follow or continue the conversation with what the customer wants.
Nice. All right. So here's my last question of the list. Your recent purchase that has left me highly satisfied is?
Recent purchase.
That made you satisfied.
I'm probably going to, this is my most recent purchase, my life.
Yeah?
They're made for videos. So it's made for like photography, but I ended up moving them to correction lights. And they're only less than $100. So I think this has been the best purchase so far for my business.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Here's the one thing I'm looking for. And this for me, I'm having a challenge to find something to jump the gun on. Is, now that I got this bigger garage, I bring if I do an interior, I bring the car into the garage. It's a pretty decent sized garage, but the lighting inside sucks. So I want one of them light bars that goes from door to door that I can turn on.
Yeah.
And it's just like almost instant daylight. I would expect like instant daylight in there, but I can't find one that I'm satisfied with, And
I think lighting is always gonna be a tough one. But as for me, I'm always just looking for something mobile and cost wise. So that like even on my YouTube channel, I always try to showcase something that's cheap and effective.
Yeah.
And these lights they've done really well so far. I really didn't think they would last. I've literally dropped them just to see if they would turn on, and they're still turning on.
That's funny. So, in being in Dallas, Texas, and I heard you say earlier you only work 3 hours a day unless you're doing a coating. I'm sure it's a little longer, but when that humidity and heat kicks in, that's around, I would imagine, around noonish.
Yeah, usually around
roughly,
11. Yeah, 11 and it just takes off.
Yeah. So how do you guys work with that scenario? What do you guys do?
Is it like a coating scenario or just like an overall scenario?
Overall, I mean, okay, so you're okay. I got 2 interiors I got to knock out today, and then all of a sudden, it's gonna be 97 today and 100% humidity.
Yeah. So some people, some are not cut out for this heat. so they get taken out quick. I think I've actually, I don't know if the word is become immune to the heat a bit. So I'm able to work through the extensive heat. But honestly, just keeping hydrated, ice packs, like if you work outside, I always carry these ice pack blankets that they sell like at Walmart. They're like $2. They're made for coolers, I guess. But I ended up using them for me. So I'll just put them on my body and just kind of bring the temperature down a bit and then just keep going. Others use canopies. I'm only 5 foot, so I struggle with canopies. So that's why I don't carry canopies and I'm always sunburned. But having a canopy, just recently, just yesterday, one of my detailing friends let me borrow their 10 by 20 canopy because this truck couldn't fit in the customer's house and I had to do a coating. And thankfully their canopy had walls like all around. So I put my fan in there and like it just kept the car cool. So that canopy truly helped in the heat. That was truly a lifesaver.
It is nice.
If not, start early. And just hopefully you're done by the time the heat really kicks in. But if not, just keeping your truck on, and just going in there periodically and just kind of bringing your body heat down. Because once your body feels that shock, and you're going to go down.
Yeah, I bet. It's kind of tough. So if I were to come to your shop and look at your truck, what's in the back of your truck, for your mobile business? What do you guys carry around for equipment?
My extractor, generator, and an air compressor.
What kind of generator you got?
I have the the Harbor Freight Predator, the 8750.
Oh yeah, you can't kill those things.
That big boy can run everything.
Yeah, and you can't kill them either. Those things, you can run them forever.
I've had mine for 5 years.
Still runs great, huh?
Still runs great. The only thing went down was the battery, but I need to work my arm anyways. But other than that, we're good.
Nice. So so then you started doing YouTube. When did you start doing YouTube? Did that fall shortly after you went on your own and detailing, or that kind of?
No, YouTube. I think I've been on there for a year.
That's it?
A year and a half, I think. I haven't been on YouTube very long.
Okay.
But I never really expected the feedback that I'm receiving. Honestly,
because you're an honest person. You're honest and you're loyal. You're a kind person.
I really didn't think that YouTube was for me. But my good friend Landon Crawford with Aqualux Auto Detailing, he was like, "Hey, my fiance had told me in the past, like, you should start videos or something. You love to show people stuff." And he kind of pushed me, and I was like, "No, I'm okay. I don't think I'm gonna do good because my videos are very basic. No fancy editing, I guess, on my channel." And then finally, I was like, "All right, dude. You're bothering me too much already. Let's start it." And then I started the channel, and slowly it started growing. Which till this day, I'm still in awe that a lot of people have subscribed.
Yeah, you just cracked the 6,500 mark not too long ago, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
I try not to see it just because, I don't know. I think till this day, I still doubt myself a lot. And I think I will always have doubt of how far I can really go.
Yeah. So Glenn was asking, do you remember what brand was the canopy?
Oh man, what brand was the canopy? My laptop went down, and I know
I actually have a canopy also. I would recommend the ABC canopy. They're pretty sturdy, and they go pretty tall.
That sounds so familiar.
ABC
but
canopy.
If you go on Amazon, the price on it was like $584 for a 10 by 20.
That could be that. And it's got size all the way around too, and everything.
Yeah,
huh? Velcro.
It looked like a venue, literally like a little house when all the walls go up.
Yeah, they're nice.
But yeah, on Amazon it was like $584, I think. It is sturdy. It literally had you were able to roll the middle part. You can make it go up, and then you could make it go down. So that's what I really like about the canopy.
Yes. So, I know it's got like the 3 levels. At least mine does. Mine's got 3 levels.
3 levels.
Yeah, and it goes up.
Yes.
And yeah, it's got Velcro.
I'm
Velcro
literally,
the sides.
I'm like this close to just saying, you know what, I'm gonna order it. But knowing me, I struggle with canopies any day. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna buy it and try it. I guess whenever I have like big trucks that I have to do and they don't fit in garages, that's gonna be my go-to little like quick shop.
Yeah. I have a 10x10, but when I wash my vehicles, I wash them all outside. So,
Okay.
but what I do is I bring them partway in the garage. And if it's in the morning, first thing, I don't get no sun on my driveway
Nice.
till about 10
So
o'clock.
you have that night, yeah.
So I got about 3 hours or I got about 2.5 hours. I can get a car in, and then once I get it in the garage, I shut the doors and I either put my headphones on or I got a radio. I got stereos up here, speakers up here.
Nice.
And I'll blare my music and I jam, and that's my thing. But if they do come a little bit later, I have a 10x10. I'll set up and I'll put 3 sides on it or 2 sides depending on where the sun's at, and it's perfect because I'll have part of the car's in the garage, part of it's outside, so everything still drains, and I can still get it in the garage after it's done. And I like for me the 10x10. But if I had a flatter driveway and I did more mobile work, I'd want the 10x15 or the 10x20.
Yeah. I think that 10x20 is definitely.
It's a little big.
Yeah. It's heavy too.
It is heavy.
But I had no choice but to pick it up. I think it's like 120 pounds once it's all closed. Thankfully, I mean, the people said my detailing friend set it up for me. And, he was like, hey, call me if you need help putting it up. But they literally had drove in about 45 minutes to where I was. So I was like, no, I'm going to put it up myself. And, man, when I went to pick that up, I was like, whoa. So it was heavy.
Yeah.
I have no choice.
Yeah.
I have to pick it up.
Yeah. But it's built heavy for a reason, though, because, it'll take sturdy. A little bit. It's sturdy. So it's not.
It was kind of windy, too. So, I mean, like, usually I've had other canopies, like, the legs are kind of, like, moving around. But this one was nice and sturdy, and I did like the levels, too, where you can literally bring it down and you can bring it up.
Yeah.
But the walls was the selling point.
Yeah.
If I buy it.
Yeah. I would recommend a 10x15 because most cars are around the 14 to 17-foot range, right around there, I think the 10x20 is it's like how you said, the freaking thing is a beast. It's heavy. And that'd be tough. So Glenn that was asking the question. He said, thanks for elaborating on the canopies, which that's what we're here to really talk about. See, I'm going to try and go back through all the questions. It took me some time to finally decide it was well, but not comfortable. So some of the polishers, what do you use for polishers? What do you carry?
Polishers, Harbor Freight.
And your favorite place, huh?
I love Harbor Freight. If they ever sponsor me, hey, God bless y'all. No, I'm just kidding. Harbor Freight.
Yeah, go ahead.
And what else? I have the Adams Swirl Killer. I think the 21 millimeter. The viewer had sent it to me because he said stop using the Harbor Freight. So he sent me the Adams Swirl Killer.
Really? I can't beat that.
Which I'm forever grateful because that machine has really put in work. And then I just recently purchased the Max Shine M1000. I think it's a direct drive, like a buffer.
Yeah. I wanted a direct drive dual action for a while. I did until I came across the Shine Mate. And I just got the Shine Mate probably 6 weeks ago. I've used it 5 times already, and it's almost built like a direct drive. But it's still a dual action. It's not a direct drive.
How's it look?
It looks similar. I'll get it. It's sitting right here. Let me just reroute my. So I got my Rupes. So let me move my stuff around so I can. I'll put this down. I'm not gonna be able to hear you, but I can. Stop. Here's my Shine Mate.
Oh, dang!
Right here. It's a 21 millimeter. It came with the 6-inch backing plate. I took it off, put the 5-inch backing plate, its maximum peak is a 1200 watt, but I run it between 3 and 4. Well, let me put it at 3. It was at 4. So it runs around 800 watt, but I can't kill that thing. And here's my problem, and I hope Lupez ain't watching, is I don't like this. It's a great polisher.
I can't even use them.
Is the new cars have curves, and I like curves. You hit a curve just right, that damn thing stalls out.
Yeah.
And I freaking hate that. I mean, I absolutely hate it. But I got that Shine Mate. Man, that Shine Mate is like me. It loves curves.
Yeah, I remember when I went to where did I go? To the Coach Kemi event, and I had Gabe Fletcher with Total Detailing had his Rupes, and he was like, "Here, try my Rupes." I was like, "Bro, I don't like Rupes. I can't use them. Like, they're so picky, So I was just like, "Nah."
It's like a fancy woman.
Yes. I was like,
yes.
"No." Miranda Detailing had his SPTA cordless. That thing worked way better than that Rupes. I was like, bro, I'd rather buy the SPTA one.
I'm about to buy the SPTA Mini. That's probably going to be
I have the
my next
SPTA
buy.
Mini. I have the SPTA Mini for $200, I think.
Yep.
Great machine.
How is it?
I love it. It hasn't given me no issues.
And I basically want it for the 1 and 2 inch. That's basically all I want.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
Because there's I don't even know. I've come across some scenarios to where, some of the way the cars are built now, you can't even get. I can't even get the 3 inch into some spots, and I think with the SPTA, it can come with an extension. I believe, right? And as long as you put some painter's tape around there, and you get a 2 inch backing on there, you can just do your thing.
Yeah.
And it's cordless, and I have a DeWalt cordless because I'm a DeWalt guy. I gotta set this up.
Yeah, that little SPTA works really well.
There we go.
I don't know. I've always believed that you don't need top of the line equipment to get the job done. But unfortunately, we live in a world where I feel like, I've had it happen to me where they're like, "Oh, you don't have a Rupes, you're not a pro." Or you don't have a McKee or all these fancy flex, But for me, it's never been about buying expensive equipment because I can get the job done with the Harbor Freight polisher. And I honestly think that this is just my opinion on it. If you buy good pads and good product, then you're set, in my opinion. I think the if you know how to use the machine, you'll be golden. Yeah. But unfortunately, we live in a world where you have to showcase Rupes or Flex, and boy, this guy's the best detailer ever because he has the name brands, But
until I got that Shine Mate, I was running my G8 and G9, and those were, and that's all I would freaking use. I loved it. Yeah. Because I didn't care if that thing broke down. I'd drive right down to AutoZone, get me another one, turn around, come right back home.
Yeah, and they're great machines, and I've always honestly believed that you don't need top of the line name brand equipment to get the job done.
Yeah. I always run cheap pressure washers too, except for now I just got the Active VE52.
Oh yeah. I use a Ryobi 1900.
That's what I had. I had that first. I ran that thing for like 15 months. And I ran it till I died. Oh yeah, I ran it till I died. And then I bought the Karcher 1700, and I had some minor problems with it to where it was stalling out a lot on me. I just got irritated with it. If I get irritated with something, I'm just gonna throw it off to the side and go buy another one. So I ended up buying the Active VE52, and I'm in love with it. I still have the Karcher. It just sits back in the corner over there. It just collects dust. Yeah. But, it's like, I like it. So. Yeah, and like mine, Ryobi, it's putting it in work because I have it in the back. So the way I test the product is I put it in the back, and literally while I'm driving and turning, like that power washer is hitting the sidewalls of that truck, and it still runs. I'm like, yep, it's working. Nice. And if it breaks down, you just drive to Home Depot and get another one. Yep. That's the best thing about it because I got mine on an open box even, so I only paid like $120 for it. Oh, when I first got it, it was open box. So every time I go to Home Depot, I got a gas powered pressure washer too, but I don't use it for cars. And I bought it as an open box. I didn't even need it. But I bought a surface cleaner. I was like, well, for my driveway gets dirty, I clean my driveway with it. That's about all I use it for.
Yeah, and I guess
that's about all I use it for.
When I started my business, I bought everything expensive, like big. I have a gas pressure washer over there that's like 5,000 psi, and I can take it down to like 1,200. So I paid a lot of money in the beginning because I didn't know what I was doing, and it's just sitting there. But like now, I guess many years later, I'm like, dude, I could have just bought an electric pressure washer and saved me a ton of money. But I guess if anybody here that's new to detailing, don't buy the most expensive stuff.
Don't
go cheap.
No.
Cheaper route, save, and you don't
open box, dude. I swear, you go to Home Depot, go to the open box section.
You can still put insurance on that open box.
You can, yes. And don't tell them you use it every day.
Never.
Hey, I got 3 cars at home. I wash them on the weekends and just died out on me. If you tell them you use it every day, you're void the warranty completely. So
Home Depot's great.
Yeah, Home Depot's. They're almost like Costco, dude. You can run it forever, and if it breaks, take it back and get another one. It's like they cool.
Just like Harbor Freight, they don't ask questions.
Oh no, they don't care either. Yeah. And one thing, I actually got a Harbor Freight rotary, and it works great. I use it on the boats, and I use it to dry out my pads. So when I wash my pads, I put the pad on, all the water gone, instant dry. And I use that rotary for when I do any boats. When I put wool pads on it, that's about all I use it for.
Yeah.
But yeah, the thing's freaking a beast. Hit a button, you hit a couple buttons, and and you can't beat them. I mean. And I agree. If you're going to start out, and if you start expensive, you're screwing yourself, because if you find out this ain't for me, you just invested way too much money to turn around and go back.
Happen.
Yeah, and I seen it too. It was like I started out cheap. My first DA polisher I bought, and this ain't no lie, I bought on a Black Friday at the Detail Garage, which is chemical guys. They had a 50% off sale there. I went and spent. Oh, yep. And it's still sitting on my shelf right there.
Yeah.
I still have it. And it still works just fine. And I bought that half off.
Heck yeah.
Then I bought the G8 and G9. That was probably the best $300 I spent on that.
Mm-hmm.
That's cheap. And I do have, and actually the generator I bought at Home Depot, and that was open box. Where the hell did I put it? I don't even know. It's sitting. Oh, there it is over there. It's a Craftsman. It's a 4,500 watt. I barely even use it.
Yeah, because I'm literally saving up for that Harbor Freight 9,000 watt inverter.
Ooh.
I'm saving up for that one, but I don't know. I haven't pulled the trigger on it.
I wouldn't. You don't need it until it breaks. Don't. Do it.
I mean, we needed. Well, thankfully, I had this generator because we had that big old winter storm that hit us, I think, last year.
Yes,
and
you did.
Thankfully, I had that ready because that thing can power the whole house.
Wow.
So we were good. I was like, man, if this house goes down, I got the generator ready.
So let me ask you about that then. I mean, you can only work a few hours a day, and you get some pretty jacked up winters, and you could occasionally get some hurricanes. I mean, I know Houston gets
them. Yeah, we just get the cold winters, I think.
Yeah, but you guys do get a lot of wind and rain, though, right?
Yes, we get a lot of rain. Like literally, it could be sunny and then boom, the rain comes out of nowhere.
I don't even know what rain looks like. I feel like
it's so bipolar here, like literally.
Yeah. So I mean, how do you just share from your experience? This was only from you. How do you stay afloat being a detailer with sporadic weather?
I check the weather like literally every day. Like I think I'm better than a weatherman here in Dallas. Literally.
Well, they lie all the time anyways.
I just constantly stay on the Weather Channel. And that's kind of how I plan my week also. Because I'm literally like every day I'll watch it. I kind of see the what it's doing, and then that's kind of I'll plan it out. If I see 30% chance of rain, I'm not working that day because it's gonna rain. When it's 100%, it don't rain.
So,
but yeah, you just gotta plan it around the weather and hope that you make the right decisions for the week. Because if you didn't plan accordingly, then you're pretty much just setting yourself up for a little bit of failure.
So let me ask you. So how do you, when you schedule, you're scheduled out how far? Right now, you're scheduled out the whole month of September.
I'm usually scheduled out about a month out every month.
Okay. So knowing that, so you got 4 weeks of scheduling, and you're day to day on the weather, and so I got 50% chance of rain coming Tuesday. What are you gonna do? Or how do you deal with that?
So pretty much, I'll contact the customer real quick. Like, hey, I'm looking at the weather. There's a 50% chance of rain. It will rain. So one, I need to reschedule you to the next date available. But usually I'll make sure I get them in. So that's where my friend Ivan with R5, he has the little van, the little transit. That's where he comes into effect to make sure I stay on top of all my customers. So he helps me take care of the missed appointments because of weather. That way I can continue my daily route. So if I'm booked, then I send him to Ivan. Ivan knows how to handle all my customers because he's been with me for about 2 years and has grown tremendously with me within these past 2 years. So he's like my go-to. So he knows everything. He knows what he needs to do.
Does he own his business, or does he work for you?
Correct. Yeah, he owns his own business. So I try to let him handle his customers obviously first.
Yeah.
And on missed appointments, my customers are more like a second, like your last option. But he's always, I tell him, put your customers first, or he'll say, well, I'll do your customer first, and then I'll continue my day with my customers. So we always work it out. But at the end of the day, it's just making sure that I stay on top of, all those weather appointments.
So with not having a website that can keep track of how you schedule, D&D wants to know, how do you keep track of your scheduling?
I'm old school.
Okay.
I'm old school.
That's definitely right there. That's old school right there.
I'm old school. I write everything on paper. Thankfully now with technology, we have our phones. So literally I get an inbox or whatever. We set an appointment. I'll go right to my phone, put the name. I'll ask for an address, and I'll put the address as well. So from my phone, it'll go to my laptop, but my laptop is down right now. So that's kind of how I keep track. If not, then I'll buy I think these are called planners. So like one of these.
Yeah.
So literally, when I tell you I'm old school, I'm old school. I carry my planners and literally day to day.
Great. So you got the name, phone number, address right there then, huh?
Everything, yeah.
Nice. See, I have the Google Calendar on my phone, so if I lost my phone, I lost everything. I'd be screwed too.
I have both paper and as soon as I get home, I'll write everything that I wrote on my phone. I'll write it on a piece of paper. That way, all else fails, it's still written down and I don't forget.
Nice.
Yeah.
So Curtis with Yeti Detailing, he's in the chats right now. He just got his website up. He's using Wix. Actually,
he did. I saw it. He sent it to me.
So he's got YetiAutoDetailing.com. Go check his website out also. I just got mine. I was using Wix for a while. Just got it redone. I'm working with Fred now with Glovebox, which I'm going to have him just reach out to you. You guys can communicate. He takes notes just as well as my, whatever. But the one thing that got me is he can work my SEOs a little bit better. I was getting a lot of car wash calls, and I'm not and I just hate telling people, I don't wash cars, but yeah, I'd still do it though. But I don't want to wash cars.
At the right price, I will wash a car.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't get a lot of those anymore.
Yeah.
I don't get.
I'm trying to get to where it's just a maintenance wash. Let me do the exterior of your car, then get me a maintenance wash. That's so now I'm working with it that way.
So like the way that the or my customers now enter the maintenance plan. One, I have to do an interior detail or a ceramic coating, and then you enter my maintenance plan. I don't take any customers just because,
Yeah.
you know.
Okay.
So I had serviced them prior, and they paid the high price, and then now they get to pay the lower end of the price, but it's a maintenance. So every other week or every 2 weeks or once a month, whatever they want, you know, we'll build a package for them. But in order to be in my maintenance plan, I have to service you prior, and obviously, like I tell them, even when you get a new, even when you get a new housemaid, right? They
Yeah.
always hit you hard the first time because one, they don't know what they're dealing with. Two, they're gonna do a deep clean. So I put that all into perspective, same way. You know,
Yeah.
I'm a new detailer. I'm a little bit more pricier, but the reason the cost is gonna be high is because I'm gonna go full blown out on your interior or your exterior, get your car looking how you want it, and then you can get a little bit of the discounts because I service it.
Yeah. So what's the discount? Is it 50%, 40%?
Yeah, usually like probably like 40%. I don't discount it a lot. So
No.
like if a customer gets an interior detail, then they enter my maintenance plan every 2 weeks. It's $150.
So let me ask you this. So for some of the people that do detailing and they are not experts on getting a customer into a maintenance plan, what is your verbiage you use to say, okay, you just spent $300 for me to maintain your interior here.
So
Let me come once a month.
it falls down to like I don't sell. I don't do upselling.
Okay.
So I just let my work speak for itself. And then usually at around 2 week point, I'll send them a personal message like, "Hey, it's been about 2 weeks since I serviced you. Just wanted to see if you're interested in, getting your vehicle serviced again, getting it, entering my maintenance plan." And at that point, they're like, "How much is it?" And I'm like, "Oh, it's 150." And they're like, "Oh yeah," because in their minds they're thinking like, "Dang, that's a detail, right?" But it's just a good vacuum. You're just gonna service it, and it's worked. Or at times the customer literally after they see their cars, they're like, "Hey, do you offer any type of maintenance plans on this? How can we join?" So I've had customers like whenever I got my first full check from a customer, he literally paid me the detail and the whole month for the maintenance plan. I was like, "Oh shoot," because I had just charged him $600 for his interior because it was
Yeah.
trash. And then he
Oh
was like,
wow.
"Hey, if I enter your maintenance plan, what's that run?" I was like, "It's $150 every 2 weeks." So right then and there, he was like, "Here's your full detail, and here's the whole month of the next month, so you can come and take care of the car." Um,
Wow.
so from that one, then the following month, he gave me his wife's, and same thing. And I've had that customer going on, I think, 3 years now. Um,
Can't beat that with the stick.
no, so I just tell people, let me just. I think I've always just said that I just need an opportunity to showcase what I'm able to do, and from that, a lot of the customers are like, "Wow, like we've had many detailers, but never has we have a detailer like you." But I'm sure many detailers hear that from a lot of their
Yeah.
customers. So I don't have special customers. I'm just a detailer like everybody else at the end of the day.
Yeah. Yeah. So let me ask you this, and this is just you can just guess on this because I guess on my end too. Being in Dallas, Texas, you know who the detailers are, but
Oh
there's
yeah.
so to say I know 10 of them, but there's 30 of them. How many of them in Dallas, Texas are actually detailers percentage-wise compared to the half-ass detailers that are out there?
Man, that's a tough one. Um, in my eyes, to be honest, they are all great.
Yeah.
Just some may need a little bit of work, and some are all out. Like I know, like here, there's a guy named Mr. Anthony Brown with Carter's Car Care.
Mm-hmm.
He's the guy. He's known for his apparel line, like the detailer.
Yeah.
He's well known, and I mean that dude's a beast. He just got his shop, so mad props to him. Like he's a detailer. Like if I can recommend anybody, usually I'll be like especially in the area he's in, I'll send him that way. But I try to kind of always glance around to all sorts of detailers, and then I kind of have an idea of the area they work in, and then if I like their work, yeah, I'll outsource them to them because I just can't get to the customers.
Yeah.
But I only recommend what I feel is the best match for the customers. Now I have detailers where they're maybe on the lower cost, they're not too pricey, and I'll be like, look, I have this guy, here's his number, give him a call. His price is probably where you want to be at. The work, I don't know, and I kind of back out of the situation.
Yeah.
But there's really good detailers here in Dallas, but just recently they're like all skyrocketed out of nowhere. Like, bro, I don't even know where you came from. But I don't let that bother me. I really welcome all those people out there trying to grind like day in and day out, trying to make a name for themselves. That's the tough part.
So I see you're gonna start doing some teaching pretty soon.
Yeah, so I've been doing those for a while. I just never really like advertise it a lot.
Yeah.
I do a lot of one-on-ones here at my house. We do a lot of like paint corrections. So usually it's like a full day class. Usually it's like from 9 a.m. to about 3:30, and we'll work one steps, two steps, and towards the very end we'll finish off with just kind of giving them an intro to coatings, just so they can kind of get a little bit of everything. But we mostly focus on what they need help on. So I get a lot of people that are like, I need help with one steps. I'm not figuring out what I'm doing wrong. And sometimes it's not that they're doing anything wrong. I think they just want the validation, because they come to me and obviously they're paying, I think I charge $500 for that class. Once I see them polishing it, I'm like, bro, you don't need my class. Like, you don't. He was like, yeah, there's just something I'm just not getting, or, so they leave here like more confident. And I mean, I follow them and they put into perspective all the kind of opinions I give them. And it's like now they're doing more corrections, which is really good because it kind of makes me happy that, they put, whatever, all the information into that day. That's that Eulens.
Yes, it is. I was getting ready to get to that next. So I know you're going to be working with them too, right?
Oh yeah, on the this month, the 20th and the 21st. I'm a guest, I guess instructor, where we're gonna be working with correcting, I guess, after the whole claying and all of that. I'm more excited to really see the class, what they offer and all of that.
And where's that going to be held at?
Here in Dallas.
Are they coming down to that area and you're going to meet them?
Yeah, they're going to come to the Eulens facility.
Oh, that's where they're at, is in Dallas?
Yeah, it's in Carrollton. So the class is going to be there for 2 days. And the first day, I think it's learning the proper steps on how to remove different types of oversprays, plastics, which is a tough one for many of us.
Yeah.
They'll show you a way that they do it to remove overspray from plastic. So I think that's what I'm looking forward the most, is for that part. And you get certified through them. So once you get certified through them, they put you into their system from what I've heard. So if there's an overspray in your area, then if you're one of the certified overspray technicians, then you get the job.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool.
I've been talking to him a lot lately, and him and I are working on dates. We probably got him, I think, somewhere towards the end of October. We're going to try working on getting them on Livestream also. And but then I know that by doing my research on your part that I knew you're going to be working with them. They confirmed it. So are we going to get any YouTube videos out of this, or they're going to let you detail?
No, they were open to videos. So I'll definitely be recording some of that footage for those days, and see how it goes. Because I definitely want to record, I guess, throughout the day of how the day went. But it'll be fun. It'll be really fun.
That's cool. I can't wait to see that then from you. So
I sure did.
So somebody is asking me, how do I like the System X? I just got the System X. It just got sent to me.
That's a ceramic coating, right?
They actually do have a ceramic coating right here. It's a 10-year coating, I think.
Nice.
This they gave me, but I bought the interior because I just bought a new truck, and I was looking for that and for the window also. I got the interior one and one for the window for the windshield. And then she's like, "Well, let me send this out to you too for I'm not gonna put it on my truck. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it yet, but
Yeah.
but I got them coming too. I was like, well, let's do a live stream too then. So I got her coming too.
Nice.
Yeah. So I haven't yet tried this would be the first thing I'm gonna try. That's the interior, and because there's a lot of carpet in this truck. I do have the WeatherTech floor mats, but I don't like taking no chances. I'm just gonna spray every freaking thing in this truck, everything. And I believe on this I can put it carpet fabrics, leather, and vinyl. I can put on everything.
That's
so
everything.
I can't everything. So I just gotta find me the time to where I can actually just put my truck in the garage and clean it all up on the inside. It's only got like 3,500 miles on it, so it's still new.
Yeah.
So it's still I just wipe it down every weekend with lithium's inner space. Every Saturday I wipe it down, clean it, shop vac it, and I just gotta find me the time to do this because when I do it, I need the video. I'm gonna do all the whole shebang.
Nice.
Yeah. So, anything else you want to give to us before we say our goodbyes or anything? What else you want to provide to us? Anything else?
No, I mean, other than just I appreciate the opportunity for being.
I do have another question. I just came up. Everything is God bless you.
Always.
All right. What is this? What's the story behind it?
The story behind it. 10 years ago, and I guess I'll finish. This will all go into. So I used to ride motorcycles. This used to be my old. I used to ride a Repsol.
Yeah.
Repsol 1000.
So my co-host Papa Smurf, he used to ride a motorcycle too.
Yeah. I had a wreck 10 years ago where my hand, it's literally it's all busted. It had to be reconstructed.
Ouch.
Long story short, I was driving 150 miles per hour on that night, and I lost control. I hit a wall, head first. Helmet split in half. So since then, I passed away for 45 minutes, and then came back. And that was the turning point of my life, and that's where God bless you always comes in, because I had a second opportunity at life, and it's always vivid till this day. I won't forget when literally God said, I'll repair your hand if you're gonna change. If you want a second chance, say yes. If not, you come with me right now.
Amazing.
And I'll never forget. I said I want a second chance at life. So they saved my hand. It's a little bit crooked. I can't close it. So in the winters, you'll see me crying. I'm in pain. I even till today I suffer from back pain. And because of the accident, my brain shifted 5 inches to the left, which causes me to lose 10 minutes. I guess not like dementia, but like a small stage of it, to where I'll forget things at times. So that's why I try to write everything so I can kind of come back in case I forget. So the word God bless you always comes from that, because he blessed me with a second shot at life. Yeah. To where I'm able to help a lot of people. And that's the only goal in my life till this day, is to help everyone as much as I can.
Wow, that's amazing. You know, in November 6 years ago, I got hit by a double-decker bus in San Francisco. I was on my way home from work, and I spent 5 weeks in the hospital. I spent 13 days on life support, and I remember seeing the light I remember seeing the light in the tunnel. I've seen it. Yeah, I've seen all of that stuff. And
it's crazy.
You tell me that story just made me get these chills.
Yeah, I'll never forget. Wow. I'll never forget. That he literally came down and asked me personally. Yeah. Do you want a second chance, or you come with me? Mm-hmm. And I said, at that point, my son wasn't even born yet. My ex-wife was pregnant of him. And I said, I want a second chance. So it took a lot to get back to normal. Had to learn a lot of things with this left hand because I can't close it. I couldn't tie my shoes. So even till today, it's crooked, but it's there. Works. it's there, and I'm just grateful for a second opportunity at life. And I guess that's why I enjoy life every day, like it's the last day, because I've been there.
So freaking.
And
So now every time I watch your video, when you say God bless you, I'm gonna think about you now. For I know
yeah,
why you're saying that. That's good.
always. I always start with it, or I always end it, but I have to tell the world, to bless them, that God blesses them, because he blessed my life many years ago with an
He
opportunity.
sure did. So
Yeah.
I take it you don't ride motorcycles no more.
Not anymore, but I'm in the I'm in the verge of, I want another one. But my fiance is just like, let's just not risk it. Get you a fast car and you're inside, belted up. So we'll see, but I
Freaking
definitely want to get me
amazing.
another bike.
It's like I wish
But
I was in Texas right now. I'd give you a big old hug. That's freaking
no, but
amazing.
I do appreciate, have you giving me the opportunity of being on here.
I appreciate you coming on and telling me the stories about everything. I mean,
Oh yeah,
that's,
man.
that's
It's,
what
it's
it's
it's been
for.
a crazy ride.
Heck yeah. It's just like Humberto says, he's just here visiting this planet. It is true. I enjoy you coming on and sharing your knowledge. I appreciate everything.
No, I appreciate you.
Nah. You make me blush. So I do appreciate. So I was gonna I'm gonna end the stream here in a few minutes. I'm just gonna let everybody. Let me check my calendars. I think next week it's tough to follow up, Carlos. It's gonna be tough to follow, but I think I have something to follow. Let me check my calendar. A week from tomorrow, I got Chicago Auto Pros, and then 2 weeks from today, Gion. So that'll be finishing up our September. So a week from
Nice.
tomorrow, Chicago Auto Pros.
The great Jason Otterness.
It's going to be Jason. Yes, it is. And then 2 weeks from today, we got Gion. Rick got our connections on, worked on our connections on that. And then next month, System X and Pure Octane Garage. And there's another company that I'm not allowed to talk about yet. I can mention their company. It's Phoenix EDO. But that's about all I can tell you about him at the moment. I got to talk to him first because he used to work for another company. I can't say where he used to work, but so we got him coming up. We got some other things planned up in October. Actually, Yulin is coming, and Art to Shine is also coming. And then in November, it's going to be our 1 year doing our live streams, and we're going to be. I'm trying to plan a little, not like a little party, but maybe doing like a 3-hour thing, but getting like past guests come on. We've had Phil with Miranda detailing on a few times. Maybe get Curtis, you. I've had Pan on a couple times. Get a couple other manufacturers to come on. Maybe one of them could do a couple of giveaways. I don't know. I got some work to do, but I got about 2 months of planning on that, so that's also coming. So do me a favor. I got the links to Serranos will be detailing down below. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. If you have any questions for him, his Instagram is also there. And we'll see y'all a week from tomorrow. You just stay there, and I'll put